Hey guys, welcome to Hurting Little Cats to the Glory of God. If you have not been here before, this is Naomi. She lives in our house. She's one of my daughters. So, Naomi is here for a very special purpose, and it is to tell you what she has been working on. So a bunch of people think that because Naomi is graduated and not doing school anymore, that she's sitting around wasting her life. But she's not really doing that. And one of the things that she is working on is very, very important for the whole country, but our state in particular. Because what are you doing? So, Naomi doesn't really like the camera, but she really can say this better than I can. So
the basics is we wrote up the points of a bill to abolish abortion in Maine. So that got sent off to the revisor's office, and we're waiting to see it back, but we have in all the changes we need and everything. So we're just waiting for it to be put into bill form. But yeah.
Right. So the next step is that it's going to be put in bill form, and then like it's now been written. We approved all of the language that's in it. And once it gets its like official number, the first docket of things has already come out, and it's not part of that first docket of whatever started today. So when it comes out and gets its official number, what's the next step?
Then it'll be assigned to a committee and given a public hearing.
And they think that it's going to go to the Judiciary Committee from everyone we've talked to. And do you have, somebody had asked me on another thing, just because different states work different, do you have a sponsor or co-sponsors for this bill?
Yes. I have one sponsor and two possible co-sponsors.
Right. So they've been talking to people because this all just came, the final, like, going through the 5 days of we could do changes, came at the end of last week. So we've only had a couple days to get this word out of what it actually says now.
Yep.
And so when it gets assigned to a committee, then what happens?
Then they'll schedule a public hearing. And the public hearing is where any member of the public from Maine or wherever else can come and speak before the committee and tell them what they think about the bill. So you can do either for or against. I'd prefer that you go for the bill. But yeah, so you can speak before the committee and tell them the reasons why the bill should pass. You can either go in person and talk, or you can do it over Zoom, or you can even just write a testimony if you don't want to come to Maine or aren't able to make it to the State House.
Right. So you can do it over Zoom from your own home, wherever that is, if you are available during the hours of when it's going to happen. We are hoping that there is going to be a huge turnout of people that are coming to be for the bill. And so when last year, 2 years ago, whatever it was, when they tried to do the opposite of this and to put more abortion rights into the Constitution, a whole bunch of people,
and it went for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, a whole bunch of people came to stand for that one, and a whole bunch from our side came to stand against that one. And people were at the State House overnight. It was really, really long. So we are hoping that we can keep all of the representatives in there for hours and hours and hours having to listen to people. So you can do the Zoom if you're available during that time, or as soon as we know what the number is, you can write a written testimony that will be available for people to read online, and it will be read out loud, right?
It will be given to all the legislators. A copy of it will be given to all the legislators.
So Mark and I were actually able to do that on a bill last night that was done today of parental rights in Maine. We were able to give our say because we didn't know if we'd be available during that time today. And so you can just write it out and give it to them. And so what could people who are from the state of Maine specifically be helping with, be doing at this point to help with the furthering of this?
Plan to go to the State House when we know when the hearing is, if you can. Be writing to your legislators, like your representative, your senator, and tell them what you think about the bill. Just let them know that there are people supporting this.
Yeah, even though there's not a bill number on it right now, you can just say
there's
the bill to abolish abortion. There's only one.
They don't do this in our state very often. And then also just be talking to people around you about it. Because if you're in Maine, then the community needs to hear your side of the story. And so talk to your pastor, talk to your church, talk to your friends, talk to your coworkers, anybody you can find. Tell them what you think.
And so why some people might hear this term abolish abortion and they say, what do you actually mean by that? Because I'm pro-life.
Yeah, we mean that there should be no abortion at all, and anybody who performs an abortion or tries to perform an abortion should be punished.
So in a lot of places that would say that they are anti-abortion states, I guess you would say,
they allow the mother to take pills to perform an abortion, kill her child, and she won't be prosecuted for it.
So they say it's okay, like it would be bad if a doctor murdered the baby inside her uterus, but it's not a problem that the mother murdered the baby inside her uterus. And so this bill would say the mother is doing criminal activity also. Abortion is murder and should be treated as such. This does not criminalize women who did this 20 years ago. And the good news in all of this is that while abortion is murder, Jesus can forgive that. So part of this whole abolish abortion, while we're trying to change the law, you don't write gospel into the law.
But the law can instruct people.
Right.
What is sin? What is wrong? And can be led to change their hearts.
And so with this effort, there are people from our group. So we are part of a group called King's Coalition
For abolition.
I always forget the name of it. And so they have gotten together to talk about this and get the word out and talk to legislators and all of this stuff. But the importance of it is to be able to get the gospel out to people that God is a just God, and God's wrath on us individually or us as a society is an awful thing because we are sinners. But God sent Jesus as a perfect man to die on the cross for our sin. And that's the good news of this whole thing. So this isn't just it is a criminalized abortion, but it's also, there's good news involved with it. If people live outside of Maine, what can they do?
They can also write testimony if they would like. And if you know anybody in Maine, talk to them and just get the word out about abortion. Not necessarily in Maine, but tell everyone around you that abortion is murder. Like, talk to pro-life groups, pro-choice groups, just spread the word. We need more awareness in our society.
So if you live in another state, if you are an anti-abortion state, there are still abortions happening in your state.
And
because
people need to know.
The women can buy pills to take to kill their baby, and it is not illegal in any way. It is just illegal for them to walk up to a doctor and say, hey, would you use a surgical implement to kill my baby?
And because they are being told that it is illegal, because if you're in an anti-abortion state, you're being told that it's illegal in your state to perform an abortion. And that is making people not want to fight it anymore because they think it's gone. And we actually need to tell people that this is still going on.
There are also some states that are working to abolish abortion. The same idea that people should know that anybody who is trying to murder a baby should be treated as a murderer. There are bills going in different states. Georgia has a bill. I'm trying to think of some of the bills. Georgia, Oklahoma, North Carolina.
So
There's
find out
multiple
what's
states
going on in your state and see if you can be a part of it.
Yeah. So if you have questions about any of this, feel free to leave comments below. We might have a follow-up video depending on how many questions are asked. Or if you have questions, if you live in a state, I don't know anyone in California. Someone asked me how to get involved in California. I don't know how to get involved in California. But if you live in a state and you're not sure what's going on there or how to get in touch with people, write below and we'll try to get you in touch with people if we have information for that. So, anything else you want to say about that?
That's about it.
Okay.
If you want to sign on to show your support for abolitionists in Maine, you don't have to do anything weird, not giving money or anything. But we'll leave a link down below to just sign your name saying that you support abolition in Maine.
Yeah, just to help people see that there's other people out there who actually care about this also. So, thank you. Thank you for joining us on Herding Little Cows to the Glory of God. Leave any comments below. We'll see you guys next time.